Hello and welcome to this presentation on a new feature in Genius Manufacturing version 11. Today, we'll be taking a look at the new customer portal functionality. In version 11, the Genius customer portal has enhanced functionality. Your sales team can now use it to access a web platform for viewing, adding, and editing quotes. You can also invite your customers to access the portal to collaborate with your teams. Today we'll look at how to install and set up the customer portal, how to add and invite new users, and how to use the customer web portal. First, we need to install the customer portal on the computer or virtual machine. To do this, go to Genius Windows, System Updates, Installer, Third Parties, and then select the Installer Genius Customer Portal Setup, and then double-click the application. Select your language and click Next. You can read and accept the terms and conditions, and then click Next. You can then select a different folder and then click Next. Enter your site, their server and port 53216. Then click Next. To set up the REST API server, complete the same step as previously. The default port is 53215. You then click Next and you can set up your database connection. Once done, click Next again and then click the Install. Once finished, you can click Close. Once the portal is installed on your computer or machine, you can close the window and open an instance of Genius. You must also verify whether you have the full licenses for enabling all of the portal functionality. You can then log in into Genius. Now go to Setup and Maintenance, Configuration Tools, Security Management, and here you can verify that the user has appropriate access to the company settings. For now, you can see that my user has access to the company I want to work with. If your company is not selected, you will not be able to use the customer portal. Before starting, it's also important to verify that the email settings are properly configured. To do this, you'll need to go to Genius Task Automator in the Development Tools and then select Email Settings. You can see that here you can change the settings, then click Save and you can close the window. Once you're verified that the user access and email setting, go to the Master Files in Contact Management in order to add a contact information type. The contact information type will be used for phone numbers by default. Once you're done, you click Saved and you can close the window. Now, all that's left to do is verify the different statuses that will be used for the customer portal. Go to Master Files, Miscellaneous, Quote Statuses, and in the navigation bar you will see the different statuses that has been pre-completed for this presentation. Once your statuses are complete, you can close it with this window. Once you've completed the basic setup, you can activate the customer portal. In Setup and Maintenance, Configuration Tools, select Customer Portal Settings. In this window, you can activate the customer portal by company. On the General tab, you can click Edit and enter the same information as previously indicated for Customer Portal Installer. You can also add company images. The email address will be the address of the person sending invitations to users. Once this setting is completed, make sure this portal is active. On the Configurator tab, be sure to select a default status. This status will apply to all quotes created from the customer portal. You can click the magnifying glass to access the different statuses. You can also select which field you want to use for your English or French product descriptions. Click Save and the customer portal is now active and functional. Once saved, you can use a web browser to verify that the install and activation has worked. You are now ready to add the first users. You can close the web browser and return to Go to Genius Customers, and here the customer is until now, so I will go to the Contacts tab and then click Edit. To add a new contact that does not yet exist, click Add New Contact. You'll then have different fields for adding new users. It is essential that you indicate a valid email address and select the His Primary checkbox. You can then click Save. Now let's return to the Customer Portal settings, select the User tab, and then click Edit. Now all you have to do is to link the customer company to the internal customer. Here I will select the line and click OK. The customer has now been added. Click the plus symbol, then click the field, and then click the magnifying glass. Select the user and then click OK. The last step is to create a default password. And since it's the first user, I will check the administrator box. After checking all my informations, I click Save and Genius tells us that the email activation message has been sent. Now click on Confirm Email Address. By default, you'll be directed to your personal profile on the customer portal. The first step is to change your password. To do this, go down to the account information and enter a new password. You must also confirm the new password. You can then complete your profile information if you want and click Save Changes in the upper right. The profile is then saved and the password has been changed. To view your quotes, click the My Quotes block or the option in the menu to the left. You'll be redirected to a list of quotes that exactly matches the quotes you have in Genius for the specific customer. The different status colors and names previously selected in Genius will be then displayed on your quotes. You can also filter quotes by status and see them all. To create a new quote, click the New Quote button at the top right, and then the portal will automatically create a new quote with pre-completed information. To edit the information, click Edit. With the customer portal, there are two different ways to add items. You can add items from a price list or from the product configurator. To add a product from a price list, simply click Add Item from and choose from price lists. A new window will open and you will see the lists of all items available in Genius. Let's close this window and add a product from the product configurator. When the window opens, we can see the different options available depending on the number of configuration previously created in Genius. For this product, for example, you can see that the base price with option is $6,000. On the configuration tab, you can access the different product options and see the pricing and summary change in real time. Then you can verify the summary. You can see that all the selected options are displayed. And in the last tab, you can see the different price details that change the total price. Once you are satisfied with this setup, you can click Update Quote. Now you can see that the product has been added to my quote. The information is the same as what is available in Genius. The information will be saved automatically and you'll see that in the quotes dashboard there is a new quote with the date it was created and the total price including taxes. To edit the quote, you can click the Actions button and then select the Edit option. If we go back into Genius and click the Customers and then Quotes, you can see that Genius has been updated with the new quotes created online on the web portal. And the updating goes both ways. So if I create a quote in Genius, it will be displayed in the customer portal automatically. The administrators of the customer portal have a few additional options. They can click the username at the top right and select user management. And then they can click Invite Users button and enter different email addresses. Once the addresses are entered, the administrators enter a first and last name and then you click Add. You can add more than one user at a time and you can simply send your invitations and the different users will receive them by email. And this concludes our presentation of the Genius Customer Portal. For more information, see the online help by pressing F1.